Hey guys, so the process has been started of tearing down our old heifer barn. So we have some neighbors that decided they'd take the barn if we let them have the material. They're gonna recycle the metal, and I don't know if they have a use for some of the wood. It's kind of nice we're not gonna have to do all the work of tearing that down. I think we're gonna have to help with some of it. So this week we're hoping to move the rest of the heifers into this building. Still have about 20 or so at the other farm. So the excavators were here last week, some carving this area out and sloping it down into this drainage pipe. There's still a mess of all this junk from the builders, just random scraps of wood and plastic and everything. We're gonna have to get that out of the way because we want to get this all nice and shaped, get some topsoil in so we can plant grass this week. So we're gonna work at that this morning, cleaning this up. Got quite a pile of junk built up. So I threw a pile of decent boards over there. I'm gonna stack on a skid. Trying to decide how many of these we want to save. I mean, there is some value in the 2x4 like this, but I'm not sure we need 100 of them laying around. It's gonna be a while till we use all those up. I think I'll just start scooping in to this pile and taking it out to the burn pile. We'll get rid of a bunch of these. It's the next day now. Got a lot of this cleaned up yesterday. Just a little bit more. My dad's gonna come help soon. Gotta watch out for this big poison ivy vine right here. I'm gonna go dump this into the dumpster, and then we're gonna stack that good wood on the skid there and get the recycled metal. We decided we want them to dig a little bit out. We're gonna make the driveway come a little bit this way for running feed out over there. So he's just digging a little more of that fill out first. neighbors are here today working on tearing that barn down. They're taking the beams off the roof now. It's good to have that all cleaned up. Dad got the fire lit. We wanted to get that junk cleaned up first because they want to do that excavating work around there. There's a tractor there with a little seeder on it. Can't really see it, but they're gonna seed grass onto that topsoil then once they get that placed in. So now we want to work at putting this footbath in our alleyway out there for the cattle to walk through. So we run a footbath 3 times a week. Cows walk through it to take care of infections that get on their feet. You get these warts that can make them sore. Our old footbath just isn't doing the job, so we got this one made by our local welding shop, stainless steel. It's 8 feet long, 2 feet wide, and it's 9 inches tall, but the floor is sloped, so it's at that end it's only 7 inches on the inside. This end is 9 inches, so it can drain out. It's a 3-inch drain hole there. So we got rubber mat in the bottom. So we're gonna go tear the old one out and then we'll work at placing this one in. So this is the footbath solution that we run. It's part formaldehyde, part copper sulfate. Put some of this in and then a bunch of water. Right here is where we got our footbath. Cows come out of the parlor and they all file down through this lane to get back to their pen, so they have to walk through. We've had this bath in for a while. Certain things we like about it, but it's a little too small. It's only 6 feet long and it holds only 30 gallons. We'd like to have one that holds more like 50 gallons like the new one does. And this thing has some leaks in it, so we decided to replace it, get a better one put in. We just have these screws around the outside. They're all rusted off. Just gonna hit them with the grinder. So one thing we did like about this bath is these angled side pieces there. Just keeps it from spilling out as much, and it keeps the cows from being able to step beside the bath. So our new one has something similar. This bath was starting to leak. We weren't sure why, and now we can easily see it's all starting to break down. This was bolted together. It's like a plastic type material. It's just not holding up. Stainless steel is going to be much better. That old footbath was actually in worse condition than we thought it was. Knew it was starting to wear out, but the whole bottom was starting to break. The new one should be really easy to put in. It's heavy, so we're not gonna fasten it to the floor. We think it should be fine if we just set it in there. We'll see if that works out. So you think the cows will push it around?
I don't think so.
That went in pretty easy. We're not gonna fasten it down. Hopefully the weight will just keep it in place. If we have to, we can screw it into the sides or whatever, but this might be good. We're gonna put some dirty bedding in just to help the cows not be too nervous walking through it. It won't smell so different. The ends are 9 inches high, and they bent the steel around the way the cows are walking, so it's a rounded edge if they catch their ankle on that, on both sides. And it's all sloped that way, it should drain out. So we'll fill this bath about 2/3 or 3/4 full, and it'll hold right around 50 gallons. The other one was more like 30 gallons, and it just wasn't quite enough for our whole herd to walk through. The old one was only 18 inches wide, this one's 24 inches. So they're gonna be less likely to hit their legs on the sides. It's gonna be more comfortable to walk through. A little bit longer to make sure they step in it. So this one's just gonna hopefully work a little bit better and be easier for them to walk through. We're not gonna run the bath this afternoon. The cows are just gonna walk through it like that. Getting it shaped up pretty nice. Got a nice swell belt there for the water to drain into that drain pipe. We're gonna take a couple first calf heifers to the dairy sale today. We got too many cows right now in the barn. So they're walking through it okay. They're a little bit timid first time, but the neighbors are here all day. They got most of the roof of the old building taken apart. I didn't really film them working, I was just staying out of their way. Stacked all the boards there. So we worked out a deal that they get to take whatever they want if they take it apart. Works out pretty good for us. I think we're gonna help them though. We're gonna take those big posts down with the skid loader, and we gotta get the middle walls knocked down and everything. They got this whole front area done. This is all topsoil shaped up, and then there's some stone. We decided to put stone up to this point so we could bring the tractor in and wrap around this way to back in. It's just gonna make it a bit easier rather than having to pull out past the end there. This should all drain really good, keep the water out. Drains down into this pipe, runs underneath there. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.